Hey everyone, hope you're all doing well, and today I've got a slightly different video this time around for you guys. It's something that came up in discussion with some friends of mine recently, and since coming away from it, I thought it would be cool to put this together into a discussion video to share with you guys. So Battlefield Friends, if you don't know what it is a animated comedy machinima series created by the YouTubers Hank and Jed. The premise of the series was to simply depict certain shenanigans that happen across the Battlefield games with well-written scripts that made it for great commentary. It was something that anyone who played the Battlefield games could relate to. Since January 2012, they have released 6 seasons, each containing between 13 and 15 episodes. The series has become a community favourite. There have been many quotable lines from the show that have stuck with us players for years, and DICE have even included some little pieces of content referring to the show like Easter eggs and the bipod knife in BF4. But as of recent, the show has almost been pushed into myth. As of today, we have not seen any new episodes from the show since January 2017, almost a year and a half ago. Before this, it used to be around a 6-month break between the end of a season to a start of a season, and today I want to go over what has happened behind the scenes and also give my opinion on why I believe the real reason might be as to why the show hasn't been around for a while. So the cracks started to show themselves back in 2015, leading up to season 5 I believe, where Neebs Gaming, which is now their main channel, they made a video explaining that they were financially struggling to keep their animation shows going. At this time, the amount of ad revenue that they made did not make up for the time it takes to create a short animation. And actually just before this, they were actually forced into a crowdfunding campaign for another animated series they did called Duralius and Associates. Their plan was to reach the Kickstarter goal, make the show, and the ad revenue would take over so that they would not need any extra assistance, but that plan failed, and I believe their contract with Machinima was up as well, because that was where they earned their money from and why they were able to consistently release new seasons of Battlefield Friends. In the end, they got this new contract with Vessel, and Vessel is a video subscription service for smaller creators. Think of it as like a theatre release. The episodes would go to Vessel first, where viewers would have to pay $2.99 a month to view the content on there, and then a few months later it would be released to YouTube and everyone would be able to see it for free. So that was the plan from there on out. But then in September 2016, on one of their weekly streams, they were asked about Battlefield Friends again and where it had gone, and the response was that all of the Battlefield Friends episodes had been removed from Vessel.
All the seasons. And then season 6 was on there, which is the newest season, but now none of the Battlefield Friends are there, and we don't know why. We're out of the loop. Yep.
Now my initial thought would have been that Vessel would remove content once that content had been released worldwide, since the purpose of the site was to get access to YouTube content early. But this happened when Battlefield Friends' newest season was available on Vessel, but had not yet released to YouTube. Whatever the backstory was, it was an obvious failure of communication. And then 1 month later, Verizon bought Vessel and shut it down right away. And this was when Battlefield Friends Season 6 was just releasing on YouTube. And ever since the last episode, which was the Battlefield 1 hype train, we have not heard or seen anything that could hint of a new season in the works. So that's the story behind the scenes of Battlefield Friends. The financial income they make from the show does not make up the amount of time to sustain future episodes, but I feel that after doing a lot of research and watching some of their recent videos on Neebs Gaming, I do believe that part of the reason might be because of the absence is the boys have simply lost interest. They did release a video, Where is Battlefield Friends, in September 2017, and in this clip they said,
There's room for anybody to make cartoons about whatever topic they want to. We're not doing Battlefield 1 right now because for us we felt like we missed the boat. When we wanted to do it, we weren't able to, and now the game's been out a while, so we'd kind of just rather wait until the next Battlefield comes out.
They couldn't pump out a Battlefield 1 season at its release because that's when Season 6 was releasing their episodes. So the time they wanted to do it, they couldn't do it and might have not had the money. And when they finally could do a new season, they kind of felt it might have been a bit too irrelevant by that time. But this was September, around the release of the second DLC expansion, and there was still like another year before the next Battlefield game would be coming out. And looking back at their attitude towards making animations in the past, like the Duralius Kickstarter, when they got what they needed, they would get straight to work on it. Now, I don't mean to come across like I feel like I have some sort of authority over what they should be doing. How they run their channel is none of my business. I just speak as a big fan of Battlefield Friends, and I say I want Season 7, but if you've lost the enthusiasm and passion to create this kind of content, then I fully understand why it's been so silent. I can totally relate to that as a smaller content creator, and I probably speak for a lot of other people. We put a lot of time and effort into creating videos for viewers to enjoy. We don't clickbait, we don't tell you to leave a like and subscribe because we're doing a fake giveaway. We don't create fake drama around us to increase our recognition. We make videos for people to solely enjoy, and from my perspective, when I see that I've got a new subscriber, it feels great because I know exactly why he or she has done so. It's not because I've manipulated them into getting some fancy gear in the future by doing so, it's because they like what my channel is about and they want to see more. But behind all this, the process of making content like this requires a lot of time, and in the case of Battlefield Friends, they have to get a bunch of scripts that they're all happy with to go with, and then of course they have to animate each episode that probably requires, different techniques and models for the animation and stuff like that. It's a long process, and it can lead to a combination of stress and repetition. So when you start out on something like a YouTube channel, from the beginning it's rather enjoyable, but as time progresses, despite whatever you're working on is different content every time, you see it is just another edit with the same old development approach. I bet everyone could name someone, whether it's a friend or someone you found on the site, who started off uploading consistently, seemed to be enjoying it, and then just left without a trace to follow after a while. And what keeps creators going is the viewers, who stop by to watch the content, leave awesome comments and share it around social medias. And because of what I haven't got any plans to stop doing it anytime soon. But I guess the stress levels start to creep in when you have a much larger audience who are all anticipating your content to be top notch. And in the case of Battlefield Friends, bringing in over 1 million viewers pretty much every episode, and I can't even think of one episode that didn't at least make me grin. That high bar that viewers hold your show up to be. Behind the scenes, when it comes to making the newest edition, the challenge is to meet the expectations that your fans have for the show. And that will stress the hell out of you. It can and it will. We often see other big YouTubers make videos announcing that they're going to be taking a break from the site. After doing it for some time, you will feel less and less passionate about what you're doing. And if you do it for too long without helping yourself, you will start to hate it. As human beings, we want to do things that we enjoy, but if it ever gets a bit too much, you may have to just, let it go for a while. So that's my opinion on what I think maybe, not the real reason, but part of the reason is why we haven't seen Battlefield Friends for almost 1.5 years. I just think that they haven't been very public about it. Like, they talked about it on their stream, which only a small portion of their viewers will watch, and the Where is Battlefield Friends video from September last year was not necessarily the topic of the video, they just briefly mentioned it. If they were to come out and say, we've lost interest, I would fully understand and acknowledge that I believe in any person's choice on how they wish to move forward. Don't get me wrong, I want Season 7 right this minute, but there's a lot that has to go into that actually happening, and it's not as easy as it sounds. As for Brent, Nate, Tony and Johnny, I love you guys, keep doing what you're doing. Whatever the decisions you make for the future, I will respect that. But don't ever forget that there are well over 1 million people, including myself, who will wait just to hear that theme song once again. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys soon. Take care.